People begin to become successful the minute they decide to. Harvey MacKay. My friends, things moving in the right direction. We triggered the profit and punched out this morning on our S&P down trade. That was for 1.83%. We let the other half of the trade ride, as we are apt to do with our always winning formula, using the ATR on the 2-day chart, trading off the weekly chart, setting our profit and loss bands at one average true range, which is again the average price within a range. And you can see right over here, it's set at 14. So that's 14 2-day movements. That, of course, would be 28 days. So it's the average range. That's what helps us again and again and again be successful on that initial move. Now, of course, we've already banked in our trade. We've sold half of the amount that we use as our X trade, and we put that money in the bank, 1.83%. We're letting the rest of it ride in the market, and we will let it ride until either and again, it's your own parameters. Is it when it starts getting weak? Is it when you have a reversal? If it turns around, immediately starts to go up, when it basically zeroes out at the end of the profit band before it jumps into, you can always set your stop loss there. Any number of things that you can do at this point, but you're playing on the house's money right now, which is always the best feeling in the world when you're doing these practice trades. We can see market down for the day 1.34%, price well below the 2-day and well below the half-day. And what we're talking about is this weekly trend line on the 2-day chart and half-day chart, price well below. Let's go to the NASDAQ 100, down 1.75%. Now, it wasn't as apt to move down as the S&P was. We weren't nearly as excited about its down move, but it is moving in the right direction. And again, you can see that price is below the weekly trend line. If we go down here, let's look at the half-day chart. You can see intraday what it's doing better. You can see where things moved down quite strongly, then popped up and topped out back on Friday. And that was in Friday morning, and then started devolving and, of course, moving over and down. We haven't hit a trigger yet. We are waiting. We want to make 2.54% on this trade. Hopefully it will do it. And again, we'll continue to watch, wait, and see. As far as things go, we can see that we've got a spinning top right here for the start of the Tuesday 2-day candle. Nice down movement in the afternoon in particular. We can see higher than average volume in the morning on Tuesday, and average volume in the afternoon plumbing down. So that is good. Again, down 1.75%. So markets rocking over. We will keep a close eye on where this is going to go. And of course, if this down move fails, then we will pull it. But right now, moving in the right direction. Let's look at 20-year bonds. Well, 20-year bonds, they are a hammering down. They just continue to move. We had a move down first. We took 2.45%. We had a green candle that took us out, and then we had discussions about where to enter. Could have entered here, or here. We went ahead and took the worst position, again, just for training purposes, so you can see what we did. And of course, we jumped in at the worst point in the afternoon on Friday, and we set a 2.1% gain, which we quickly made that next Monday by the afternoon when it went down. And the rest of that is simply riding and going in the right direction. See what we're doing here? We're working to limit our losses, and we're working to let our profits ride. It's so hard for people to do that. That's typically because if they make any profit at all, they pull it immediately. They fret and pull losers. And again, you want to pull a loser as soon as a loser tells you to pull it. But again, that's what the training's all about. That's what the practice trading, the fractional shares is all about, where you're dealing in the market and you're learning to make those decisions. And of course, in this craft, you learn by doing. Each and every day, 10 to 15 minutes. That's all we ask. Again, bonds just hammering down 2.15% for the day. The 2-day chart well below the weekly trend line, same on the half day. And you can see, look at all that volume. Wow, just hammering down. What about gold? Well, we jumped into gold this last Friday. We've not punched out of it yet. Let me open up this half-day chart so you can see things are moving in the right direction, hoping to make 1.69%. Haven't hit it yet, aren't too far away from it. We'll keep an eye on things. You can see all this volume here in the morning in particular where it plumbed to its most recent lows. Really high volume. We will keep an eye on gold, see which way it goes. Lastly, Bitcoin. Like everything today, it pulled back some too. And for those of you who are Patreon members, you'll see this sooner than everybody else. For the rest of you, I'll show you on Friday when I release it. Patreon members are putting it out today. I've already prepped for the Charting Cryptos, Commodities, and Currencies. I think you'll find it very interesting because when we look at the 24-hour-a-day Bitcoin chart, it tells us some interesting things. So stand by on that one. We'll keep an eye on Bitcoin. You can see that we've gone ahead and drawn the candle with it's pretty darn flat. Nothing exciting about that trend line. We're just waiting, watching, seeing. As we've seen in the past, typically when you do get a green candle, it usually moves up, which it is slowly but surely trying to do. Not today, pulling back 2.63%. That is where we are, my friends. So appreciate you being with us. Hope you've been successful engaging in these practice trades, seeing things work. It's always fun when the market starts surging in the direction of your trade. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters. You appreciate what we do. Show your love. Become a Patreon member. First thing you'll get, 3-part series, Options Made Simple, the Charting Wealth Way. Plus, you'll get our 3-wave trades, our weekly vertical crossovers every week. That comes out on Thursdays. 3-wave trades training, actually doing it today for you. And of course, you get early access to Charting Cryptos, Commodities, and Currencies. God bless, my friends.